Ever since I became a target, I've decided to make things very simple for everyone watching and for those who think they can take a shot at me. I'm not hiding, I'm not running, and I'm not waiting around for someone to call me out. I am right here, in the center of this ring, standing under these bright lights, and making myself as visible as possible to anyone who has doubts or any unfinished business with me. If you think I'm the one you need to go through, then come and do it. I'm not making this difficult for you. I'm making it very, very easy. The energy in the arena was electric, the crowd erupting in cheers and applause. They understood the weight of what I was saying. There was no backing down in my voice, no hesitation in my stance, and certainly no fear in my eyes. Every movement, every word, and every second of my presence in that ring was deliberate. I had a message to send, and I knew the world was listening. I paused for a moment, letting the noise wash over me, letting the anticipation build. The audience could feel it coming. There was more. The music hit. The reaction? Thunderous. But this moment wasn't about the spectacle. It wasn't about catching anyone off guard or creating confusion. No, this was about clarity. This was about drawing the lines clearly in the sand and letting everyone know exactly where I stood. So when Gunther stood before me, I didn't let things spiral into chaos. I kept it composed. I acknowledged him. There was no confusion, no miscommunication. I looked him right in the eye and said, "Don't be confused, Gunther. It's all good. Really, it's all good." That wasn't sarcasm. That wasn't a trap. That was genuine, measured, and intentional. Because tonight, it wasn't about a fight. It wasn't about a challenge. It was about a moment of recognition. Tonight, I continued, is your night. This is your moment. I'm not here to overshadow it. I'm here to acknowledge it. You see, Gunther had just captured the World Heavyweight Championship. And I've held that same title. I know the feeling that comes with that kind of victory. The pride, the joy, the relief, the sense of validation. It's something only a few can understand. I've walked that path. I've stood on that pedestal. I've felt that glory. So I came to pay my respects. I wasn't there to provoke. I wasn't there to start anything new. I was there to close a chapter. And that began with respect. "Congratulations," I said. "I just wanted to put a little note on tonight. I wanted to stand here and say to your face how proud I was of you. And I meant every word. Because sometimes, in this world of fierce competition and cutthroat rivalries, people forget to take a moment to acknowledge greatness, even in their adversaries. But of course, this isn't just about tonight. This goes deeper than just titles and respect. This has history. This has roots. I wasn't going to let this night pass without addressing what needed to be addressed. So I looked him squarely in the eye and said, "You know what, though? One thing before I go." And that's when it all shifted. I reminded him and everyone else of something that happened months ago. A moment that changed everything. A spark that ignited a fire that's still burning. A few months ago, I said, "You started something with me and my family in Atlanta, Georgia." The crowd instantly reacted. They remembered. That was the night Gunther crossed a line. That was the night things got personal. And when things get personal, they don't get swept under the rug. They don't get forgotten. They linger. They simmer. They grow. So I made something very clear, and I chose my words carefully. I'm going to end what he started. And I'm going to do it where it all began. Atlanta, Georgia. That city holds the memory of the insult, and soon, it will witness the retaliation. The scene of the crime will become the site of the reckoning. I made the stakes clear. July the 12th, I said, Saturday night, main event. That's when it goes down. That's when the story that began months ago finally reaches its climax. That's when everything that's been left unsaid will finally be said, not in words, but in action. And then came the declaration, the final nail, the message that echoed through the arena and sent chills down every spine. "You're mine," I said, and the arena exploded in response. It wasn't just a threat. It was a promise. A vow. A contract signed in confidence and delivered with certainty. The date is set, the place is known, and the consequences are inevitable. Because when someone targets me and brings my family into the crosshairs, it ceases to be just another match. It becomes a mission, a personal vendetta, a matter of pride, of legacy, and of unfinished business. So I looked at Gunther one last time, not with anger, but with a resolute determination and an unshakable calm, and I said it loud and clear. "You're next." The music hit again. The crowd roared. But in that moment, the noise became background, because what had just transpired wasn't about hype or theatrics. It was a reckoning being set in motion, a storm gathering on the horizon. The tension was thick, the path forward crystal clear. And now, the countdown begins. For weeks leading up to July 12th, the anticipation will build. Fans will speculate, commentators will analyze, and every moment will be dissected. Because this isn't just about who wins and who loses. It's about legacy. It's about redemption. It's about finally settling the score. Gunther might hold the title now. He might have the spotlight, the momentum, and the backing of the WWE Universe. But titles don't protect you from consequences. And spotlights don't shield you from payback. Atlanta will become the battlefield, and on that Saturday night, nothing else will matter. No distractions, no excuses, no interference. Just two warriors, face to face, settling something long overdue. And while tonight might be Gunther's celebration, he now knows that his time holding that belt will be short-lived. Because when someone like me sets their sights on you, it doesn't matter how big you are, how strong you are, or how dominant you've been. All that matters is that your time is up. So enjoy tonight, Gunther. Bask in the glory. Celebrate your title reign. Because very soon, all of that will become a memory. A page in the past. A brief chapter before the real story is written in Atlanta. The final chapter. The moment where you realize that starting something with me was the worst decision you ever made. Because when I say you're next, I don't say it as a warning. I say it as a statement of fact. A promise carved in stone. So count the days. Watch the clock. Prepare as best you can. But nothing will stop what's coming. Atlanta isn't ready. The world isn't ready. But I am. I've been ready since the moment you disrespected me and my family. And come July 12th, I finish what you started. I end it on my terms. And when it's over, there will be no confusion, no questions, no doubt. You're next. And when I'm done with you, you'll wish you never were.